Ladies and gentlemen, we've been away for a long time, but we are back. It is the Open Task Podcast. Calvin Smith, Joe Carlos, Chris Lee. What's up? How are you guys doing, Joe? What's good in your world?
There's a ladybug flying around my light. So
You sure it's a
that's
ladybug and not a Japanese invading beetle, whatever they're called now?
that's a ladybug.
Okay.
It's a ladybug from Miraculous. And for anybody with small kids who knows about Miraculous, that ladybug should land. But no, it's definitely a ladybug. But no, I'm good, man. Thank you. We're relatively damp, but okay day here in Georgia.
Awesome.
Georgia, as
Awesome.
some say, and and we are here, and we are happy to be here. And I found this picture, Chris Lee, and it's on my desk for some reason.
Ah,
This picture of Chris Lee.
look at that young
We won't
man.
s- we won't say where we were or where I was, but I found this picture of Chris Lee. So there's that.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
and
Brother
I'm not
Lee.
sweating it either. I'm not sweating it either.
I actually remembered that occasion. Yes.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Many moons ago.
Many, many moons.
Oh, wait. I knew I had another one. Oh, I have
Uh-oh.
several. And another one of The Killer.
Yeah. That's a Taco
Homecoming
Bell cup.
'07.
That is a
Yeah.
Taco Bell cup in my hand.
Well, tis the season. And another killer is also there. Right there.
Hey, Taco Mac. Yeah,
I
C. Lee is
remember
right there.
that day as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
I turned in my thesis to Toe Johnson that day.
yeah.
That was one of the great,
A great day in
I would not,
Harlem.
a great day in Harlem, brother. I'll stop. I'll stop.
Indeed,
I'll stop. I
indeed,
could go on. I could go
indeed,
on.
indeed. I love it. I love it. Brother Lee, how you doing, man? You got your
I,
leather bound books back there?
no, I,
Leatherbound books.
I'm good, just trying to stay warm here in Alabama,
Yeah, man.
where it's nice, balmy 30 degrees right now,
Mm.
up from 22. So, hey.
Now, did you guys get ice? Not
uh,
that ice. We're not going to talk about that ice.
well, we got both of them, but
Oh, no, boy.
we had traces of the
Okay.
frozen ice, but not nearly as long as
The frozen
last time
tundra.
when we were
Yeah.
shut down for a week over a quarter inch. So
Gotcha.
it wasn't too bad here. We mostly got rain after they scared it, or as Charles Barkley would say, after the weatherman scared the hell out of everybody. So the grocery stores are now almost restocked again
Awesome.
a week and a half later.
Awesome.
For the win. For the
Yeah,
win.
man. Well, we survived here in Nashville. There's still a few people without power, smattered. They are
Wow.
trying to destroy the entire board of the Nashville Electric Service as a result. This has been a debacle, but I was very fortunate to not be really affected by it. So I'm thankful for that. Praying for those that still without power. So that said,
Absolutely.
so I need to offer an apology, man. I was having a lot of boomerish technical issues. I won't delve into details, but we weren't able to record for the playoffs as we usually do. But we are here just in time to talk about the game that matters the most. And I just wanted each of us to kind
True.
of reflect
The Pro
on.
Bowl.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm sorry,
Exactly.
Calvin. I couldn't.
No, that was great. That
I
was great.
apologize for
That was
saying
perfect
that.
time. Perfect time. Perfect time. I wanted us to reflect on the playoffs. Chris, you've made some good decisions in terms of backing and rooting. Uh, you what's your record in terms of your picks?
9-3. I'm one win
Nine
away
and
from
three.
double digits.
One win away from double digits. You
It
done
won't
you done
happen.
well. You done well, man. Your personal allegiances may do you in. Not to spoil anything, but I mean, we kind of know who you are. But
And where
that's
you're
great.
going. Yeah.
Right. So what's been your thoughts on the playoffs so far, Chris? What's been highlights for you? What have you enjoyed?
I usually make my picks based on those things outside of those X's and O's, like internal team drama, weather, travel, and kind of stick to that this year. Uh, Sometimes the sun just shines on the dog, and this is my year. I'm enjoying my nice little sunburn right now.
Nice. As Sam Elliott said in one of my favorite movies, sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. So
It's true. It's
you are
true.
eating the bar as it were. And yeah, you're doing great, man. Joe, what are your
Yeah.
thoughts? How do you feel about the turnout?
I think the playoffs have been great. I think it's been great for the game, and a player or two here, a player or two there in some of these games, and they go either way.
Yeah.
I probably was most disappointed in Chicago, and
Chicago.
yeah, I really thought Caleb was going to pull that out.
Yeah.
He knew it had to like kind of end at some point, and
Yeah.
you got to start fast and end fast probably at some point. But he went for it all instead of just dinking and dunking down the field. But that's who he is.
Yeah.
So and it's only his second year. So
Yeah.
praying he can stay injury free and we see some very bright things for him
Yep.
with Ben Johnson. That was the one that disappointed me the most. When it came to the title games, I it was just buzzards luck. Denver had buzzards. I mean, you all both know I have no love lost at all for Sean Payton, and
No.
I truly despise him. And so
As
and
well.
Denver just represents things that I don't want to be a part of or involved with or anything. However,
That's why I
the
had friends
the
for 3 hours.
the impartial no, the impartial fan in me though felt bad that they'd worked so hard
Yeah.
and something silly like that leads to the thing. And I was looking at a play actually, I think it was in regulation that happened in the divisional round where the
Hmm.
guy jumped. They had him at like 4th and 2,
Hmm.
and one of the Denver players jumped, gave them an extra first down. They went down and kicked the field goal, forced the overtime. Had he
Yeah.
not jumped,
Yeah.
maybe Bo doesn't, or maybe the next time Bo stepped down, it happens. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it's such a weird way to end it,
Yeah.
and for them after having such a great season, and they won that game, but such a weird way to end it,
Yeah.
and so I hate that even though I could care less about Sean Payton and Denver, I really hate that for their fans. And as a season ticket holder and PSL owner myself, I do understand those people that invest that time, and they
Yeah.
came there for a coronation, and there
Yeah.
was a coronation from the visitors from
Yeah.
Foxborough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But overall, I think it's been a good playoffs overall, and I think it was great for the game.
Yeah.
If you're in Houston, you got some problems, and we knew that really in the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
They were covered up by that awesome defense.
Yeah.
But they got some problems. They got some questions. They need answers. And no level of you know puppy dogs and ice cream and rainbows with glitter that they go pump up into CJ Stroud is really going to make him into the man that he needs to be, because
Yeah.
he does not seem to have the fortitude at present to lead a football team efficiently and consistently.
A leader of
So
men. Who
he's
told
not
you
a
you
leader
could
of-
lead men?
yeah, he's not a leader of men right now. Not anyway right now anyway.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really have enjoyed these playoffs
Yeah.
overall. And have we not lost to the Jets, Calvin?
Yeah.
We're hosting a game.
Yeah.
And I could take my daughter to the game. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So to a playoff game,
Yeah.
win or lose, whatever. But have we not lost to the Jets?
I like that every game matters. I like that the regular season has
Absolutely.
meaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of all the sports, the regular season has the most meaning in football.
Mhm.
And so it is what it is. I've enjoyed the hell out of this particular playoffs. Particularly the fourth quarters of these games have been amazing. The back and forth, as you kind of alluded to, that Chicago run was incredible. And I probably alienated shout out to Devin and Reese out there. They were upset with me.
Yeah, they were shout out to Reese. They were a little
I didn't have faith in Caleb, and he showed me. I was watching that last game, the Rams game, at my LV's house, and like when he dropped back, everybody in the room said, "Oh, that's a pick," and to throw a touchdown on that play, and then the next day the memes, the Tecmo Bowl memes, like it was incredible, and. He made a believer out of me, and that's what the playoffs is about, really. Like, when a player is tested and shows you something, like he did, those are the things, those are the stories, that's the lore of the NFL, that we talk about, that's supposed to mean something a little later down the line. And I think he's building on to your point, if he stays healthy, which is always a gamble, And if he matures more, continues to build that bond with Ben Johnson, it's going to be amazing. I was disappointed to see the Rams not live up to the hope I had for them. I was secretly, not so secretly, I like Matt Stafford a lot as a Georgia guy, and wanted him to get coordinated, as it were. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen for him like the way I wanted it to.
Well, I think he's going to get coordinated tomorrow. Since we're recording this on Wednesday, I think he's going to be coordinated tomorrow. The coordinated, whatever, we just keep saying it like it is. I think he's going to be coordinated tomorrow, though. Yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't see them giving that to Drake, man.
Because they vote for it before the playoffs anyway, right? So
yeah.
So, but I like the Rams a lot.
But if they did, it would still be good for Matt and not Drake May if they did.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
In the words of Chris Lee, I digress.
Yeah. But I think we got a Super Bowl that's kind of befitting of this season. I think that we're going to see some tough defenses. So can
we come back to 3 real quick? I know we did 3, 2, 1. Can we come to 3 real quick over here?
Yeah.
I just want to say this playoffs to me also showed why football should be played outside. I get it. All the football's a business, as some people like to say.
Yeah.
And you put these domes and roofs in on your stadiums because you want to host a Super Bowl. And I get Super Bowl should be played 72 degrees, no wind. Let's just see what it looks like on the field in perfect conditions.
Sure.
But that home field advantage in the playoffs, whether it's a snow game in Denver, the cold in Chicago, or places where it might be raining, imperfect conditions where those players who've played there 8 or 9 times in that season know how their field works. I believe that the NFL should have a rule that if your stadium is currently open air, it should remain that way. Cleveland.
Oh, Lord.
and the Northwest Indiana Bears, if they come to a decision on where they will be, stay open air, keep the cold. It's good for the game.
Well, I'm going to push back, Chris, because I'm recently into this game, Civ 7. I know there are a lot of old school Civilization fans out there that have played the older iterations of it. It's a new game to me. With that said, you kind of build your team based on what you have, right? And the resources around you, et cetera, right? So, I think that it's a calculated gamble that some of these teams make to yes, they want to host the Super Bowl, but also to optimize conditions. You look at a team like the old Houston Oilers that had that run and shoot, right? Or the old Detroit Lions that had a run and shoot. That were built on that speed and that turf and those optimal conditions, right? And that's a calculated gamble because in the winter, you're right. Sometimes it doesn't come out the way you want it to. But at the same time, you also had teams like, the greatest show on turf Rams who were in a dome, but they also were able to play in the elements. They were able to, the smarter teams build a good defense that can handle and withstand all of those kind of things. So, I like the variety of it, to be honest with you. I like the fact that, there's a bit of lore in the NFL about, how Tampa couldn't play in the cold for a very long time, or about how, the Dolphins can't play in the cold. You know what I mean?
Ever.
So, I think that the domes, I hear your point. I like the best of both worlds, like what we have in Atlanta, where you can open up that little poop deck as it were at the top, and you can see down into what's going on there. But I think that I think the teams that know that's a strategic advantage for them probably are going to stay like the Pittsburghs of the world, like the Patriots of the world, and those are the smarter franchises anyway. Not to this is a little offensive, but it's an apt analogy when the guy's like, they're animals, let their soul, whatever he said in The Godfather,
let them lose their souls.
Yeah, let the Browns lose their souls. If they want to do that, the Browns are, an inept franchise anyway. So but I get your point. I see what you're saying. I think that the cream always rises to the top no matter what. I don't know. What do you think, Joe?
Well, I push back also on Chris's point because the two home field advantages he spoke of did not work because they lost. Chicago lost at home.
Mm-hmm.
Denver lost at home. And in this year.
Yeah.
So I don't. Oh, I was talking. Oh, sorry.
No, you hear. We hear you.
Sorry, I'm back now.
You've been back. We heard.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We heard you the whole
great.
time.
Okay, so my connection is unstable. Sorry about that. All right. So, but Chicago and Denver both lost at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for any number of circumstances and reasons and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So was it tougher for LA to play in the cold? Absolutely. Absolutely, they gave their all that day.
Yeah.
But they also gave their all in nice conditions up in Seattle
Yeah.
as well. I mean, Denver, the snow didn't help Denver, uh, nor really New England. New England really didn't have any offense in that title game. They got that lucky. It was a turnover because of the no. It was before the weather even set in.
A
They got
bad
a turnover
decision by
because
Sean Payton.
it
He
was
should have kicked.
Stidham. Yes, it should have kicked. But so then they get the ball deep and they score, and who know? No one realizes that 7 points was everything because we didn't realize that there was a monsoon,
Yeah.
a blizzard coming that was going to affect the game the way it did. But
Yeah.
I see your point. But I mean, you got to look at it from the fans' perspective. I get it. I see it. We'll see what Kansas City does. Arrowhead looks like it's 8 degrees.
Yeah.
In January, it looks like 8 degrees. I am when Buffalo comes there, do they lose because it's 8 degrees? I don't think so. When Baltimore comes there to lose because 8 degrees, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It would have to be like Houston,
Yeah.
or something like that. You know what I mean? Who went to Pittsburgh at Heinz or whatever they call it now, and they won that game.
Yep.
Okay,
Because they were tough and physical.
Because defense travels. To your
Yeah.
point, everybody, you all have all said this. Defense travels.
Yeah.
All right, and so if you can do that, you'll be all right. But I hear you about the tradition and all that. Chicago playing outside, of course, makes all the sense in the world. But so you must be happy with the new Bill Stadium. That's going to be. They got a little overhang, but it's still cold. It's still going to be cold.
Did they uphold that? Are you okay with that, Chris? That stadium?
Shield the fans from the snow. That's fine.
Yeah.
But why I love cold games because
I think it's part of what they were doing, literally shielding from the snow. I mean, not just the fans, but also their seating and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
Instead of having to lose money by letting people watch the game for free, digging out their own seat.
Right.
Now, of course, I love the rainy game, cold game, the mud games. Why? Because 110% of the time, I'm watching it from somewhere that's between 70 and 75 degrees and absolutely dry.
Well, there you go. And see, that speaks to another point. Like the Titan Stadium here is an abomination. I've gone to games and Joe, we went and watched the Minnesota Vikings in the preseason there.
We did. That stadium is wide open, bro. There's no overhangs. There's no
in the summer is
protection.
Hot. In the winter is brutal. I've been there when
on the water.
Yeah. It's just not, and to your point, Chris, I'd rather watch from home. You know what I mean?
What about the new one they're building? Is it also outdoor?
And the new one is going to be more like Atlanta. And that will be an incentive for me to say, hey, I'll deal with downtown
They want
Nashville.
a Super Bowl, though.
Yes, they want a Roman numeral game.
But Nashville can do it. Nashville can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm more likely to go to the game. Like as a result, I have not missed the Falcons game here.
That would be a fun. Yeah, that would be a fun Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
that would be a Nashville Super Bowl would be kind of like awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But that's why. But that's why I insist on pounding this desk and demanding open air stadium because minus Green Bay, what area really can't host the Roman numeral game though?
I mean, they tried it in New York though. Chris.
Buffalo.
And
they tried it in New York and it didn't work.
Yeah, man. It wasn't
Buffalo, New York, Philadelphia.
It can get hairy in Atlanta. It can get hairy in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then when it was in Dallas, the last time I was in Dallas, it was the snow cut through the roof.
Yeah.
And remember the roof came because of the snow?
Right.
It snowed in Dallas 15 years ago this week. And the roof caved in.
Yeah.
I mean, bro. Nah.
But I'll tell you, one of the narratives that really bothered me in this playoffs was that narrative about the Rams not being able to play in the cold. Like the previous season, they went up to Philly and gave Philly all they could handle in the snow. Like, what are y'all saying?
They won in Detroit. I mean, then they won not in Detroit. They won in Chicago.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm not saying it's impossible, but there is an advantage there for
you can't
because my favorite winter game is still when Michael Vick went up to Wisconsin,
Green Bay,
and won that game by a mile.
Yeah, in Lambeau. Yeah. I was in hog heaven. I was in hog heaven. All right.
Well, I don't know how many black quarterbacks ever went to Lambeau, just to be perfectly honest, and won a playoff game. I mean, I could probably count it. It's probably McNabb and maybe Cunningham.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
probably the list.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe Rodney Pete won. I won. I don't remember him winning a playoff game. But I'm just saying. I don't know how many black quarterbacks have gone into Lambeau and won a
The frozen
quarterback. A game.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
At the frozen tundra. It was so cold.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
I could feel it in my apartment.
Yeah. Those old CBS cameras, remember how bad they were, all foggy looking?
Oh my gosh.
It was rough. I'm just saying, it was rough looking, cold.
We're so fortunate to be able to watch games now in the conditions that we have. Like,
yeah, but they had the white jersey, the silver
Uh-huh.
pants.
Yeah.
They're about it. We be getting new uniforms too.
Yeah,
I
can't wait.
this year.
Can't wait. I can't wait to see what they have.
I'm curious about that myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl, man, Super Bowl 60, they haven't made a whole big deal about, like, I like nice even numbers like this, but
yeah, I was thinking like, is 60 not sexy or something? Like, is it not? I don't know.
Who knows, man? But
I think it's a weird Roman numeral.
Yes.
So I think that's probably, they should have gone with the number, like they did 50.
Like they did for 50.
No, they did 50. They did with the number.
Because they didn't want to be, yes, L.
They didn't want to be Super Bowl L, yeah.
Well, this is no LX.
LX,
like,
yeah.
What does that? What does that mean? It's like a car. Is it a car?
4.5.
Yeah.
Leave those Arabic numerals to those others.
Yeah. Oh man, the New York Mirror is making everybody switch over to Arabic numerals. I digress.
You're really having a rough time with that in their New York public school. They really are.
Man. I digress.
I'm kidding. That is not true.
I digress. All right. So Seattle and New England. This Seattle team, man, is like, I don't buy into a lot of the DVOA crap out here. The game is played on the field, and to your point, Chris, about elements and everything like that, the other stuff matters. That said, historically, this should be one of the better teams we've ever seen based on those numbers. Like, they're ranking them up there with like the 91 Redskins, teams like that. And they're for real. I think that they, have shown a lot of grit and moxie in the playoffs. And I think that, Sam Darnold knows the narrative. Like, it's impossible to play in today's NFL and not know what they're saying about you. And not know in all those creaky corners, like, you can't hide from it. And he's risen to the occasion.
Everybody got a cousin that's gonna tell him something.
Exactly. But I think that, I think he's got something to prove. I like the narrative for New England as well. Like, they're not supposed to be here. They're a little bit early, but that always happens. That happens a lot. In the NFL, we see that people divide their timelines, and then I think we know enough about these young quarterbacks to know that like Marino, it's not guaranteed. You might not ever get back, so you got to strike while the iron's hot. So I'm wondering. I guess I'll start. Chris, you're invested in it as a Patriots fan, so I'm gonna save you for later. Joe, what are your thoughts on the game, man? Like, what do you think's gonna happen, and make your predictions.
I've been listening to a lot, reading a lot. I'm really excited for this game because for a few reasons. I want to see, can Seattle maintain this level of this high level of play like they have in so far in the playoffs. The way that they, for obvious reasons, the way that they just destroyed San Francisco was. Put everyone on notice, I think.
Yeah.
That this was not a fluke. I know we played you 3 times, but we're serious. And then the way that they really dominated that Rams game, even though the Rams gave them everything they had, and they fought.
Yeah.
Like the Hall of Fame quarterback that they have from Dallas, Texas. And he fought. But it wasn't enough because Seattle is that good. Yeah. And Darnold, when he had to, really showed up.
Yeah.
I saw this Seattle team. It's interesting. The Falcons played both these teams.
Yeah.
And we should have beaten the Patriots.
Absolutely.
We were hanging with Seattle in the first quarter. And I was like, man, these dudes ain't. Why are they sweating these dudes? These dudes ain't nothing, right? It was 3-3, and then it became a track meet that we were in the locker room for.
Yeah.
And then they put up like 34 points. Yeah. And I was like, and I remember saying, like, I want to go home. I'm like, yeah. I want to go home too, baby. And I'm
Yeah,
sorry I brought you out here for this.
yeah.
But um, it's interesting too because in my opinion because they actually played all those teams. We played Denver. We played the Bills, and the Rams. But it's really interesting that and we beat the Rams. That we beat the Bills.
Yeah.
I really like the way Seattle plays. They play fast. They play hard. They're smart.
Hmm.
They got some good veterans. A Hall of Famer there in Cup.
Yep.
A future Hall of Famer, I think, probably in JSN.
Yeah.
They got some good, solid defense. Not Legion of Boom. Let them be something else.
Yeah.
But they're well coached. They know who they are. They're not trying to be anything more than they are. I do think though, somewhere there's a little doubt creeping in Sam Darnold's mind.
Mm.
Is the moment too big for him?
Mm.
And I think that the thing about football, it's got so many the football. There's so many memories in the wind, brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And on a field and every square inch, and he played at that field.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
the thing. These idiot reporters. Oh, how do you feel going to the Super Bowl? I've been in the Super Bowl.
yeah.
He won games. He was the backup for Purdy that season.
Yeah.
Like, what do they? People just no sense of. It's like he was the backup for Purdy, and I this is in my head. Then somebody later was like, he said, "I've been in the Super Bowl. I was
Yeah.
the first in the class starting to go. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Yeah.
No, as a starter. Like, no. You said go.
Yeah.
So, but if they start fast,
Yeah.
I don't think New England does not have the offensive firepower to keep up with them. In my opinion,
Sure.
I do like New England's defense though very much.
Yeah.
Christian Gonzalez is tough.
Yeah.
Those guys on the edge are nasty.
Yeah.
It means Vrabel, man. So
Yeah.
it's a very Vrabel team. He's going to have those big imposing linebackers that hit hard and fast, and they're the blitzes, all that. I just don't trust this team offensively because when Diggs catches the ball, it's a big deal seemingly,
Mm.
and I just don't think they can put it together consistently over against this defense. And so my prediction is it's a Super Bowl, so I'm not going to go nuts, but I'm going to say like 27-16. Oh yeah, I threw the score in 27-16. I'm going Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks
Pretty
27-16.
convincingly.
And I'm not. Yeah, it'll start fast and it'll calm down and then
Okay.
team
Okay.
will rise. It's not a 52-17 Super Bowl 27.
It's not 60 zip like
It's not 60
certain
zip.
talking heads.
So it's not going to be 29 after all.
Yeah. So it's not those things. It's crazy. It's not 55-10. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's not that. Like respect these guys.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
Okay.
27-16.
For sure. Chris, long suffering Patriots, and I gotta give you props, man. Because
long suffering.
Well, I mean,
I was there for the Drew Bledsoe days. That's why I still don't like the Packers.
Yeah,
but we don't know that. You
Chris,
say that.
Actually, before you even go here,
I have witnesses to that.
Talk to us about how does a young man from Huntsville, Alabama, become a Patriots fan in the Drew Bledsoe days? Talk to us about that. I know, but like tell the people.
It was just pick a team because we were in this weird I guess zone where people take the Braves, but for whatever reason they didn't take the rest of the Atlanta teams. They didn't show the Falcons games here.
Sure.
Every now and then you get a Dallas game, you get a 49ers game, but there wasn't really a team that the area claimed until the Titans moved from Houston.
Right.
And
y'all are in our area. Y'all are in our metro. Yeah.
And so now there's plenty of Titans fans here. But I was well settled on my team by then, and I didn't believe it when it happened, but they made the AFC Championship against Mark Brunell and the Duval Jaguars in '96.
Yep.
And I remember being so happy and so crushed when Brett Favre beat them down in Louisiana for Super Bowl 31.
Yeah.
Even lost the bet. I was betting on sports in middle school, but I digress.
Oh my God. Yeah, man. Bad habits.
Incorrigible.
Incorrigible.
But I brought Patriots gear with me freshman year of college, and everybody asked the same question, like, "You're from Alabama, like, really?"
Yeah, yeah,
And where
yeah.
did you even find it? uh, Luckily, there was an East Bay catalog at
East
the
Bay,
time.
East
Yeah,
Bay,
good old East
East Bay.
Bay. That's right,
Yeah,
man.
East Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So, Chris, talk to us about why the Patriots are going to win, because I already know that's your pick.
And it for I want to make the collective proud,
Okay.
and it was not an easy pick. I said, as Coach Saban would say, there's a pick you want to make with your head,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a pick you want to make with your heart. And I didn't want to have to, after our show tonight, look in the
Mm-hmm.
mirror and give myself the Denzel speech from Training Day about being disloyal. So,
Pelican Bay. Yeah.
but I think it is going to be a grind out game.
Okay.
I do agree with Joe. I'm very much concerned if it has turned into an offensive shootout. It's not going to be there for New England.
Yeah.
But while Seattle has a good defense, they have played some very high scoring games this year.
Yeah.
They have also played to their competition. And so if New England can keep the score low,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that verbal team with the do your job mentality of years past, if they can just grind out Seattle, just make it a slog, an ugly game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been what, 3 ugly games to get here. Just need one more ugly game.
Yeah.
um, you know, they if Drake gets into trouble, they know he's going to run the ball. But I think New England has that ragtag group of receivers. I don't think they're going to rely on Stephon Diggs. You have Kendrick Booty out there,
Okay, so
and it's just
yeah.
always those receivers you don't think about. And then
Yeah.
Hunter Henry as his
Safety
relief valve.
Yeah.
So, and Ramondre Stevenson is good at running against bigger defenses.
Yeah.
Now, New England can very much have the ball right on them. Buffalo showed that a couple of times this season. But I think New England can pull it out.
Okay.
And I'm going to be sentimental and go with a score of 20-17.
20-17.
Just like the first time they did it. I also have to throw in one trivial tidbit. This will be the first Roman numeral game that New England has played west of the great country of Texas.
Wow. Did not know that. It makes
I didn't know that either.
Oh,
I presumed of 8 other games. I presumed that they'd been to Tempe or LA or something. But okay, great point.
Yeah.
And also they will not beat Denver twice. They beat Denver in the AFC Championship, but they will not break the tie on the most Roman numeral games lost of 5.
Oh, I see. Very clever. Okay. I like the points both of you guys made. I think what it's going to boil down to me is, I think what Joe mentioned, the tempo of the game. And if it starts off fast, I consume a lot of media about football in general, the sports and fantasy sports. And what none of them have really talked about has been the impact that Shaheed has made in Seattle. As a vaunted Saints hater, I've been following the career of that young man for a little while. And he's been like the Rasheed Wallace. Like, you remember that year when Detroit won the championship and Rasheed Wallace came back?
Rasheed. Yeah.
He's been that guy for them, man. He's been a game changer. I look, he'd be the difference maker. And I think somewhere along the way in this game, it's going to boil down to whether he's got touches and he makes a difference or not. I hear about JSN. I like that narrative. I think Sam Darnold, he hasn't thrown an interception in the entire playoffs. One might say that, that he's overcome his boogeyman. One might also say that he's due. I tend to lean towards the side of he's due, particularly when he's facing that secondary of New England. The strength of Seattle's defense is their run game, And Ramondre Stevens, I like, I agree with you. I think he does well against big lines, but I think really TreVeyon Henderson probably is going to be the difference maker for you guys, for the Patriots. I think that if TreVeyon Henderson can break a run, Drake's great on his feet. But honestly, I think that TreVeyon Henderson, if he becomes impactful, that could also shift the narrative a little bit. and I'm kind of hemming and hawing. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, but I think the Seattle just has the elements, and I think even if Sam Darnold does happen to show up as the New York Jets seeing ghosts, Sam Darnold, I think that they have enough firepower in general to overcome that. I like the way that Kenneth Walker stepped up in the playoffs. He looked like a world beater in that NFC Championship game, man. Like nobody could bring him down. And that was the guy I wanted in
with
fantasy.
Charbonnet out, with Charbonnet
Right,
out, too.
with Charbonnet out, with him knowing that he's the only option. You know what I mean? I think that somebody like a Jake Bobo or a Barner, for Seattle might come up big, but I really think it's going to hinge on Shaheed. I think Shaheed. I dare I say he might even be like Desmond Howard in that way. I know you don't want to hear that, Chris, the Desmond Howard comparison, but I think it might be something like that for Shaheed in terms of being an impactful player for the Seattle Seahawks. So I got to go with the Great Northwest. I think that it's going to be an exciting game, and the good thing about this, they haven't talked a whole lot about that Malcolm Butler. Tom Brady game.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy they have it. That comparison is so trite to think that would carry over 12 or 11 years later.
But it's a part of the Super Bowl lore, and I'll tell you, that was one of my favorite. I had a Super Bowl party at Scott English's house. Dr. Scott English, he's a cardiologist here in Nashville, Tennessee. Saints fan. We've fallen out because he loves the Saints and I love Falcons. Hadn't talked to me in a while. God, I love you. I hope you let bygones be bygones. That's it.
Super Bowl party should have been better.
Exactly. Super Bowl party at his house was incredible, though. I mean, it was a great time, man. A lot of was Shola there? Shola may have been there actually because Lauren was there. Like a lot of the usual suspects of Morehouse Spellman happened to be there. It was a really a great party, and then like it had that halftime with Katy Perry and the left shark right shark thing. The ending of that game was spectacular. And if we can get something like that, that'd be great. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Was that what year was that?
15 because it ended the 10-year drought.
Yeah. It was the 14 season, 15 Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Just get a ball to Marshawn. But I digress. I think that there's some history here between the two franchises, you know what I mean? And I think, none of these players were involved in that whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like these guys there's not a single person involved with it. That said, the fan bases remember it. And I think that the Seattle fan base is hungry to try to avenge that too. So, I think it'll be a good game. On a personal note here in Tennessee, we got a lot of jilted lover syndrome here in Tennessee because Mike Vrabel was our coach or their coach, Titans coach. You know what I mean? And they didn't really give him a shot, in my opinion, to do what he needed to do. The ownership group here is not a great ownership group, or a person, Amy Adams Strunk, as it were. I think that personally, a lot of people here in Nashville are also rooting against Vrabel in New England. There are some people that are rooting for him to say, hey, stick it to the Titans and say, hey, you guys should have stuck with this guy.
But here's the thing. They beat New England in the 2019 AFC divisional game.
They did.
I did not hear the end of it. And as I told them, I said, hey, you carry it on. It's not like you can hang a banner for this game.
Right.
And,
right. But, when you're a Titans fan, these Titans fans here are plucky. They remind me a lot of my roots as a Falcons fan. And, they kind of have a chip on their shoulder. They think that they're a better team than what they are. And they think they're a better organization than what they are. But, I hear you, Chris. They definitely when that game happened, you couldn't stop these people, these Mike Keefs of the world, the Tony Koharskis. They were chirping like crickets, up here. And now
dynasty killers.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you see with this guy, like if you and the turnaround that he did from last year to this year, that's that coaching matters.
Crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Coaching matters. Crazy. And for people to say it doesn't matter, I will give this as A1 evidence.
Points of that.
Yeah. This is like
points of that.
The same group of individuals, like for the most part. They got rookies on the offensive line, but essentially it's the same team. You know what I mean?
And I
Well,
didn't.
it's been a little money. It's been a little money.
A little money, yeah.
I didn't think.
Embarrass them a little bit.
A little bit.
Embarrass them a little bit. It's been $250 million free agency. So embarrass them a little bit.
Okay, fair enough.
And with Vrabel, I thought he took the Titans as far as he could with what the front office was willing to give.
Sure.
And
sure.
And
It's a
then
bad
in New
situation.
England,
Bad
I
situation.
thought Gerard Mayo got the short end of the stick. I mean, I don't
He
think
did.
New England would be here today if
Nope.
he'd still been
I
the
don't.
coach.
I
But
think they'd be 4-13 or
Yeah.
6-11. I don't think it would have been. I agree with you, but I don't think they wouldn't be here.
But unless he
Because
understood,
who developed May this year? McDaniels.
I believe McDaniels, yeah.
Josh McDaniels. Yes.
No, what I'm saying,
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying. And
That's
so
right.
when he
And he
that
comes
just to
with
Calvin's
that package.
Calvin's point about coaching matters. You know, and New England has a culture
Yeah.
of, hey, Josh McDaniels is attached to success and
Yeah.
championships only in New England. Can't do it on his own. Can't do it by himself. But I'm not. I mean, it's true.
Well, some people are offensive coordinators and some people are head coaches. And he's awesome as an offensive coordinator.
Raheem Morris is a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's fine. And that's fine.
That's fine.
I think Bobby Saleh is a defensive coordinator.
I think so too. I think the Titans will see that.
And I remember my father said, Robert Saleh is a defensive coordinator, son. He's not a head coach.
Yeah.
And because he's just too he said he's really like a special teams coach, as crazy as he is on the sidelines. But I think we're unfortunately going to see this with Saleh here.
Yeah.
I don't want that for him.
No.
But I think we're unfortunately going to see this with Saleh as well. But to
Yeah.
your point, no, Mayo does not have the same results, Chris. I apologize for interrupting you. I'm so sorry. I don't think. What was your score, Calvin?
Oh, I didn't give a score, did I? Let's say I'm gonna say 24-21.
Ooh.
24-21 Seattle.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
All are recorded.
Yeah. But it should be an exciting game, man.
I need to correct something I said.
Yeah.
I was loud and wrong earlier.
Okay.
New England, in fact, had played a game west of Texas, but we do not talk about Super Bowl 42.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. That was where was that played?
In Tempe, Arizona, as Joe said.
I said Tempe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We do not
Hey,
talk
man.
about that game.
Yeah.
Elias.
18-1.
Yeah, the other
I
one
was
was
with you. I was with you that day.
You were.
Yeah.
You saw me
Yes.
shed ugly Jesse
other-
Jackson
I
tears.
I left you alone. I told JC. I left
it was
you
an
alone.
ugly
I said,
snotty cry.
yeah, that was a very low day. It was
Well-
like that was a low day.
Chris,
It was
I was
rough.
with you actually. Like I would not. I'm obviously not there, but I was pulling for the Patriots. I was at my friend Tata's house. Everybody else was pulling for the Giants. I wanted history to be made. I wanted an undefeated. I was tired of Mercury Morris and all those Dolphins guys. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to see history be made. So I was with you, and even my friend Candace, who had spent some time in Boston, I thought surely Candace will be cheering for New England with me. No, I was alone in that room. It reminded me of when I was alone in the room pulling for Buffalo against Washington, and people started throwing tissue at me.
I was pulling for Buffalo in both the first in 25 and 26.
Yeah.
Definitely pulling for Buffalo in both those games.
Yeah.
Definitely not 27-28, but definitely 25-26. I thought there was no way they could lose 26, even though the Redskins team was damn good.
They were better than what we thought at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. But Madden 93 made them out to be the 85 Bears. But straight 15s for some guy like Monty Coleman, and Rippon was just Rippon was all world, and Art Monk, great guy. Art Monk could, he could catch anything and shake you, and like, I don't know. And Ernest Biner, he was Jim Brown out there. He's Jimmy Brown.
Yeah.
But having sorry. It's funny when you say you're the only one in the room. I remember liking the Bills in the first one, 25.
Yeah.
And that game was played. Now it's 35 years ago. That game was played 35 years ago.
Yeah.
And and being heartbroken that they lost that
Yeah.
game,
Yeah, me too.
and in that fashion,
Yeah.
it was just great. I was in 10th grade, and
Scott
I was
Norwood.
I was devastated
Yeah.
by that
Yeah.
because I hate the Giants,
Yeah.
and so I was devastated by that. And then, but it was at least it was a nice refrain because it wasn't the Niners anymore, you know.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
but nonetheless, um, you know, I like these picks for us all. You know, we did a lot of verbal gymnastics for that just to
Yeah.
get to what we knew we
Sure,
were going
sure,
to
sure,
say.
sure, sure, sure.
We knew where we were going with that.
Sure.
But
But the
but
journey is the point.
it is, and then it's over, and then
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
fall off. It's the
Yeah,
extreme fall
man.
off,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Can I
It's the
take a
painful
moment
time.
to? I just want to give a shout out to the Sealy Collective. I haven't acknowledged them tonight, so hey
Okay.
y'all, and may I air my annual grievance, please?
Please
Are
do.
these
So,
collectives? What is this
Yeah,
collective?
you know the collective, Joe.
No, I don't.
You know who they are.
I'll take it offline.
No, don't. Hey.
I'll take it
Hey.
offline.
For my annual grievance, because in my mind somehow it
That's
will
right,
finally
Kumiko.
make it to New York.
Come on. Hey.
The Hallis and the Hunt trophies.
Okay.
Tiffany and Company,
Yes.
I'm not trying to put you out of business.
Okay.
You can please bring back the pewter and the oak.
Yeah, with the battling on the
trophies.
field. Yeah,
Not
I
these
like that.
Whipple footballs that got both of the owners so
It's such a
bored that it
joke.
made it back to the podium during the victory speech.
It's such a joke.
It is a joke.
Those
trophies are terrible.
I mean, I would expect them to give that out at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not even a solid. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
it's like the scraps.
I agree with you completely. The NFL has missed the mark. The NFL misses the mark on that, and of course, the abomination that is now the Pro Bowl.
Let's talk about
that because it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Elementary school field day.
That's what it is now. That's what it is now. I mean, you know, like I think back to there was some great moments in the Pro Bowl, man. Sean Taylor, like Jerry Rice, like. I mean, you talk about like some moments in the Pro Bowl that mattered, and you know, it mattered to go to Hawaii. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like they just have taken like what was once a pretty meaningful All-Star game, because most All-Star games are crap, you know, and turned it into just like a joke, you know, and now basically baseball is the only one that has like a real All-Star game that matters. Like
those other two are soulless.
Yeah.
I don't watch the hockey one. I'm sure the hockey one's a real fight. Like, they're really into it, I'm sure. But those other two are soulless, without question.
Yeah. And bring back the original scheduling of it, because I would have loved to see Sean Payton coaching the AFC after the Roman numeral game.
I think that's like people like him are probably the reason. Like, I don't want to come do this, and they have to go down and down like Shador, you know, being promoted. They have to keep going down to find a coach that is willing to go to Honolulu for free. I'll go, you know, to go and coach the game. But I mean, when I saw that on Instagram and I posted it, like I said, you know, there was a time when in '93 the Cowboys went to the game.
Yeah,
like they played unless you were hurt. They flew the next week. The next Sunday, it was Troy throwing to, and remember back then there was only one number 8, so it was like Young was 8, so Aikman was 9. Why couldn't they both wear 8? Like, this is so stupid. Like, just wear the numbers. but looking back, you know, Emmett was running and Newton was blocking and Stepnoski was the center, was snapping the ball, and then Irvin was catching the ball. It was like, they just played the Super Bowl 52-17. Now, most of them didn't play the second half.
Yeah.
Because it was a rout. But I'm just saying, like, there was a time when it was such a time-honored thing. Like, this is the very best guys who play football are on that field. And I went to an All-Star game, NBA All-Star game, during the pandemic in 21. And it was literally the best pickup game I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
To think that these were the best guys in the world that were just out there, just everything they threw up was falling pretty much. And I know it seemed effortless. I know it's not. I know it took so much work to do that. And it was a weird one because there were only like 2,000 people inside State Farm Arena. but and we were at a great distance from each other. Everybody's like 30 feet from each other.
Yeah.
Um, but or 20 feet or whatever it was. But just watching that was like amazing. But then I didn't understand the scoring. And so Anto had to explain the scoring to me. And I was like, why don't I just play a game?
Yeah.
Why can't we get like it of all the years, just play a game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Just
what we
just
needed.
just
Yeah.
play a game. Like when Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye sang Star Spangled Banner, they played a game that day.
Yeah.
You know, like why can't we go back to or Chicago 88?
Yeah.
You know, why can't we go back to that? I don't understand that. And I know there's much bigger problems in the world than the than the all-star games of these leagues that we love. But good gosh, they gotta get with it, man. But yeah, the Pro Bowl flag football, unless and I know the NFL's trying to push it because it's gonna be in the league we gotta add things to give us gold medals, you know.
Yeah.
But where we can medal. But still, come on, bro. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to see them playing flag football. And I'm a pro bowler. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All pro.
Yeah,
All
that's
pro.
where it's at.
Hopefully, after they built a new stadium in Honolulu, they will move it back. But if not, just roll your Pro Bowl naming into the NFL honors and just treat it like an all Madden team.
Yeah,
Be done
just
with it.
just
Yeah.
call it a night.
Yeah.
You know.
Let's-
I have a question for y'all since we're gonna get to it
yeah.
real quick. Oh, I'm sorry, Kyle. You were
No,
about to say
I was
something.
just gonna say let's transition to Pro Bowl or to NFL honors. So it sounds like
That's where I was going.
Yeah,
That's where I was going.
Go for it. Go for it.
Why did this leak? Why did the Belichick stuff leak? And how is that the only thing that's leaked?
Pettiness.
I'm sorry?
Pettiness. I think
Okay.
there's I think that Belichick being who he was, Belichick being the brash individual that he is, somebody found the opportunity to stick it to him. He was not super kind to the media, who are the
No.
people that make these decisions, right? So
Yeah.
you know,
And also for years, he was never part of the the Coaches Association.
Yeah.
Hence, he was always any coach on
Yeah.
Madden.
That's right. Like you play those games, like Madden and whatever.
Yeah,
his
Parcells
likeness-
didn't do that. Parcells didn't do that, and it was Maurice Carthon, his offensive coordinator. So it was a brother.
Yeah.
So when Parcells was coach of the Cowboys, and they shoot to the sideline, it would be this black man with a headset on.
Yeah.
It was not Parcells.
Yeah.
It was Maurice Carthon. Like he was like, "Nah, I'm not do it. Give it to him." But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But he didn't play nice with them at all. And he has this for better or worse, he has these between Bountygate and Deflategate, or not Bountygate, sorry, that's the hated Saints. Between Deflategate and Cameragate, he's got these
Spygate,
scandals. Yeah, he's got these scandals on his record. And so like, the likes of Bill Polian, like it or not, they had an opportunity to stick it to him. They have some level of influence, and you have what you have. I think for the layman, for the person that watches as a fan, it's totally ridiculous. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a party to this squabble between these guys. And in the end run, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Bill Belichick, period. He's a better coach than any person that is in the Hall of Fame outside of maybe some of the technicians. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, so like what you're doing is basically like saying, okay, and we're dealing with a little fallout from our institution now on that, you're not in on the first take. Ha ha ha, screw you. And like I think it's for him, it matters, but it doesn't. I think that he knows that why it's being done to him, and like he's okay with it, but I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. I think it's dumb. And it discredits the integrity of the institution more than anything else. But I that's my thought on it. Chris, how you feel about it? Because like that's your guy.
I agree. I figured he would be punished, but I think as more owners and more coaches talk, some variation of Spygate occurred amongst all the teams. Otherwise, you wouldn't regularly see coaches like this.
Right. It ain't cheating if you ain't trying.
All the games. So now going to somebody else's practice in their stadium, okay, maybe that was a little bit untoward, but everybody tried to gain some sort of advantage in some form.
Sure.
And I think they also said they were punishing him for his personal life, which I also don't think was fair. You know,
I mean, you got murderers in the NFL Hall of Fame. And I'm not just talking about OJ. Like, you know.
Yes.
You got
You got gamblers. You got drug kingpins, drug abusers. I mean, like, what are you talking about? Like, the NFL Hall of Fame is not the bastion of purity and morality. I'm not talking about you, Chris, but I'm like, not the bastion of purity and morality. So let's come on.
But no, that was in some of the reports.
Now we want to start using that. You know. Oh, by the way,
I think it's convenient. Yeah.
Now we want to start using that.
Greatest president in the history of Morehouse College.
My president.
And with much respect to Benjamin E. Mays, I love Walter Messi.
Thank you. I agree. I was just going to say, you know, this is a unifying thing, really. I have not seen many posts or heard many pundits talk about how, or been on the other side of this. So I don't know how we got here. Yeah. I do understand punishing him and all that. I understand the mindset behind the punishment. But to me, I thought it wasn't about that. I thought, but if they say who is the best of the best of our group, then you don't let him in at all. Yeah. Because in my opinion, if you're just gonna, you know, try to stop him for the first ballot, you're still gonna then that's it. Like, if you're gonna say it's because of these moral things, the Spygate, Deflategate, or his
they still exist on future ballots.
They exist next year. So what are we talking about? You know, I that just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. And regardless of how I felt, I never disliked Bill Belichick. I never really disliked the Patriots. I just kind of got tired of you, Chris. And so I never really disliked the Patriots. I thought they never really were world beaters in their Super Bowls. Yeah. They just scrape by and be a tip with this or that. They never were world beaters. They didn't have a 55-10, you know, or like what Seattle did. Remember Seattle did to the Broncos that time? Like that, what they did in New York, in Jersey. I'm just
no, the biggest win was Super Bowl 53 by 10. Yeah.
All of their games were close. Yeah.
And that was a hideous game.
And if you're a football fan and you like the defensive stuff of it, the battle of the mind, the mental part, then like, okay, I see that this is the essence of it is there. But they have a culture. Yeah. And that's the thing. They have the culture. Now, part of the culture, unfortunately, is Deflategate. Part of the culture, unfortunately, is Spygate. But the culture is winning, and we're going to do these things this way, the Patriot way. We're not going to talk. We're going to do these things, and it worked. Yeah. And it worked for like 20 years almost, and pretty much. And was it because of, you know, play in the East? Sure, partly. But that was for you, Chris. But no, I'm you know. Come on, you can say the same about those Niner teams. You know?
I have no dispute. I mean, shout out to the Jets and the Dolphins at the time. I mean, the Dolphins were 1-15 that.
But I mean, everybody goes up and down. Everybody deals with everybody, right?
It's ebbs and ties.
It's ebbs and ties on that. But to do this, this is, I you know how I feel about Troy Aikman, the commentator or the person. To keep saying a black eye, like, first of all, get something else. Like, you went to UCLA, just find some other thing. Just say this is a bad stain. Yeah, this is an indelible. This is a line in the sand, really. Yeah. With the Hall of Fame. Yeah, which is an amazing place to visit. It's an amazing place to be, and in my opinion, they've done some stupid things. Those writers, they've done some really stupid things. I think you're going to see. After this, I think you're going to see a change possibly in the voting.
Good.
And I think you're going to see. No, what I'm saying is, I think you're going to see former like Hall of Famers are going to start to have. They're going to push for more say.
Yeah,
it should be peer reviewed.
Yeah,
it should be peer reviewed because this makes absolutely positively no sense.
Yeah,
And regardless of how you feel about Belichick or the Patriots or any of that stuff or Brady, because we know if Belichick did it, Brady did it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm interested to see too, is how this affects Brady down the line. Although I think he's
Gronk was on the team.
Yeah, I think Brady's
You know,
unassailable.
if
But
Vrabel was on the team.
let me say one more thing about Belichick real quick, because like what's not been said also is like even before he was the Patriots head coach, like
Yeah.
those two Super Bowls, like the one you mentioned, Joe, like he
Yeah.
was the architect of those defenses that
Yeah. Yeah.
were just phenomenal. You know
The
what I mean?
86 and the 90, 86
Yeah.
Giants and 90 Giants. Yeah.
So his
yeah.
his like I mean when
And
you're
he
talking
wasn't
about
too
go ahead.
It wasn't too bad
and he
in
wasn't
Cleveland
too
either.
shabby in Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
No, he
absolutely.
wasn't too bad in Cleveland.
Absolutely. If
No.
given a proper opportunity, he probably would have made
Yeah,
that
they
team
just-
into a
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
so like, you know, this guy's resume, I mean, like, it's like, all right, come on, man. It's
It just makes
you
no
know,
sense.
I
This
expect
is
this out of
stupid.
baseball when they, you know, like the
Right. This
Barry
is
Bonds
so
stuff or the
pious.
Pete Rose stuff.
It's
You
such
know,
yes. It's just a pious baseball move,
yeah.
which has no place in football.
I think
and
they
definitely
should-
no place in the Hall of Fame.
They should learn
Nothing.
some cautious. They should learn some real solid lessons from baseball and see the hubris
Bro.
of what was once America's pastime, and now nobody gives a damn about baseball. Nobody's
Except
watching baseball except
that
baseball
amazing
heroes.
World Series. That amazing World Series.
Yeah. Fair. You know what I mean?
but,
like,
but it has to go all the way to October.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when
exactly.
That's when they pick up steam.
When you used to have kids in the Cascade Youth Organization playing baseball, like being passionate about it, you know what I mean? Like it's no longer the case. So you know, man, some breaking news in the Hawks world, but I'll leave that where it is. I'm just glad we avoided. We traded with the Warriors. We traded Porzingis' contract basically for Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield. So,
Kuminga did leave.
Yeah. So we got Kuminga and
Hill. Yeah, Dallas traded today. I mean, I liked Exum. I liked a couple of those pieces.
Well, you got rid of street clothes, and the most important thing is the street clothes didn't go to the Hawks. So you know,
no, he's at
Washington.
I was going to say Howard University Hospital has a great ad now.
Yeah. Well, we're dealing with Penix in Atlanta, so we don't need another oft-injured person.
That's true. Speaking of that, good Lord, that's true.
Shout out to my secret squirrel who gave me the news first. So who may or may not be in the C League Collective. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll refrain from naming names.
All right. So okay. But having said that, it's crazy. That's just nuts. I think tomorrow, I think Stafford wins.
MVP. Okay.
MVP. I think Vrabel should be coach of the year. I
agree.
It's a tough coach of the year thing, but I think it should be Vrabel.
Yeah, there are a lot of worthy candidates this year.
Yeah, this year is like stacked, man.
Yeah.
But I think it should be Vrabel because it's year one.
That turnaround was amazing. Yeah.
But Ben Johnson, I think would be like a Ben Johnson or Cohen.
Yeah.
Down in Jacksonville,
or Mike McDonald even.
Or Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
All viable candidates right there.
Yeah. Good Georgia boy. Good old dog. Yeah.
Of course. But I was gonna say people are shocked that the Minnesota GM was fired. And I'm thinking, how are you shocked?
No.
No. I think they were shocked that later I was listening to something. I was listening to Florio yesterday morning and Pro Football Talk, and he was basically saying the timing. Like you would have they would have done this like right as the season ended or after the draft. But I think they wanted him out of the building.
This makes it seem like he's fired because Darnold's in the Super Bowl. Like that's what makes
so
like.
That's where Florio was like, and he said how deft, he said Minnesota's already like in a bad place. Just Minnesota. Right? Minneapolis specifically. And then you go and you fire he said when they hire 10 coaches and none of them are black, then you go and fire a GM, a black or African black GM, and it's like, what are you thinking? Like, what's going on? And so he says it really made no sense, but they were making it seem like he was the one pushing McCarthy, and O'Connell wanted Darnold to stay, but he was pushing McCarthy. And so it made it seem, and then after that didn't pan out, I'm wondering, like, after the season was looking the way it was, why don't you just fire him during the season? Like, why wait to the end of the season to fire him? And to me, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But still they did it, and it doesn't really surprise me. I'm very excited about the Falcons hire.
Yeah.
At GM, only at GM. and CMO Shannon Joyner, Morehouse '08.
Nice.
So strong choice for CMO. Yes, but also
We
but
got
also
we got a little bit of that ownership group too. Yeah, yeah,
we do, but Shannon Joyner '08 is the chief marketing officer of these Atlanta Falcons.
yeah.
But nonetheless, uh, I'm not I don't know how to feel about Stefanski, and so but it is what it is. We're stuck with it.
He's Marion Campbell all over again, man. You know, the old swamp fox. The Falcons. One thing the Falcons gonna do, they gonna pick up somebody that a Stefanski like dude. They don't care about their fan base at all. It's okay. We'll be all right.
The Swamp Fox.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a great nickname, by the way. Swamp Fox. Swamp Fox is a great nickname.
It is. It is. A shame it was wasted on that Joker.
I don't know who Man of the Year is because I don't follow that. So
yeah, I mean, it seems like a political move.
I hope it's the Falcon. I do too. Yes, I hope it's the Falcon. But Man of the Year, I hope it's one of ours. There's usually like a really famous person. It usually is.
Yeah.
Or
who do you like for Offensive Player of the Year? Ooh. I like Bijan.
I mean, I like number 7, man.
Yeah.
Every time he's running through, I'm just doing this in the crowd.
Joe,
I'm just doing this.
I still have some love for the Longhorns in spite of things.
Hey, Lawrence, man, keep pushing. He's gonna get a kick out of being in minute whatever this is. He's gonna be a shout out to Lawrence just by me. That's fine.
Just by you.
Texas fight, and it's goodbye to A&M. Which it is. But no, I think it's Bijan. I mean,
yeah.
Last year was Barkley without question.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't have watched the NFL this year. Now I think maybe JSN could run by him, and that be the case.
Yeah.
If he loses to anybody, it would be JSN.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion.
What you think, Chris?
That's where I was leaning toward. They want to throw a receiver in the mix. It would be Jackson, but otherwise, Bijan has been outstanding.
I just want to check me and Joe's bias because we want to see all the Falcons do well.
But I mean, I wish Drake had had a full season because there's no telling what could have happened.
Yeah.
With a full season and a consistent quarterback.
Yeah.
But with a full season
and discipline and coaching. Can I say something about Raheem real quick? Because I think Raheem was a wonderful person. From all indications, he seems like a great citizen. That team was horribly undisciplined, and it cost us over and over again. You have a collection of talent that we had when Kyle Pitts is actually playing his butt off and actually looking like a legit baller.
And then they found him.
And then
they found him.
Yeah, man. And when they win, when it doesn't matter. That shows me. And then the players they like him. They want to play for him. But I would argue as somebody who has a reputation at Meharry as a tough teacher. Sometimes you need to be tough on guys when they don't want to have to hear it. You know what I mean? To instill that discipline. So when game time comes, you're not just racking up points, but you're winning. Mm-hmm. You have to have, and you can't worry about being liked. You know what I mean? And I think that was ultimately Raheem's downfall. And one thing I'll say for Stefanski, just given his BP he's got with Baker, it doesn't seem like, his people love him all that much. And I'm okay with that. That's the one thing that I think is in favor of him. The rest of the stuff, I don't know, man. Like, he seems like the usual retread. But I just wanted to say my piece about Raheem because, you get a lot of talking heads out here. One of my buddies, shouts out to my friend Fonzo, who's posting everybody's a journalist now on YouTube and on Facebook. It just so happens the three of us in here have some journalistic training in the hallowed halls of the Maroon Tiger.
I was about to say, what's the difference with us? But
I think this punditry talking head stuff is out here, man, and everybody thinks they know. Everybody thinks they know. No. But experience is what really is the bigger factor. And watching enough games and seeing enough great coaching to know, what I saw with Raheem was not that.
Mhm.
The offsides penalties, the holding penalties,
Man,
you know what I mean? The special
man,
teams, like giving up like 45, 50-yard kick returns, you can't win that way. You know what I mean? You can't win that way in the league. And so it was time for him to go. I thought he got a fair shake. I think that sunk cost is something I believe very strongly in. And he was somebody that was showing sunk cost. And I'm not throwing good money after bad. So, best
yeah.
wishes, farewell. You are in the annals of Falcons, former Falcons, and we love you for that. But it was time for a change. Anyway, I said my piece, Chrissy.
You always love him. Always love him.
I said my
Live the
piece,
life.
Chrissy.
Live the life. I said my piece, Chrissy.
Any prop bets you guys are interested in for the Super Bowl? Anything that like
That's a Sig League question.
Yeah. Like I'm always interested in the length of the national anthem.
Who's singing that this year?
Charlie Puth.
Who's singing it?
Charlie Puth.
Who?
The guy from the Fast and Furious. When they
What?
did the send off for Paul Walker. He apparently is.
I've never seen one of those movies.
He's apparently a musical genius.
I've only watched Gone in 60 Seconds. That's the only one I watched.
I'm a sucker for some Fast and Furious. I might.
I believe it. You and Bill Simmons.
But yeah,
you and Bill love that.
I think the over under is like something like a minute and 54 seconds, something like that.
Wow.
And I think he has a good chance. He's a piano player, and I think if they count that portion of it, I think he'll probably.
Who's singing "God Bless America" then?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her.
Chris, give me some prop bets, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think other than
who's going to score the first touchdown?
Ooh, now I was going to go with touchdowns, but the first one,
I got Rasheed.
That is a good. Now I do think there will be a defensive touchdown.
Huh. Okay.
I think New England will score a defensive touchdown.
Okay, so like somebody like a Christian Gonzalez or Marcus Jones, somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. How many touchdowns do you think that Jackson Smith and Jigba will score? I know you're hoping for few, but
one.
Okay.
One.
Okay. How many interceptions for Sam Darnold?
2.
Okay. Joe, you don't have any interest in prop bets?
And Drake May will have a rushing touchdown.
I'm not. Nah, I'm just not my thing. I don't know anything about it.
That's fair.
I don't know anything about it.
That's fair. I can't find who's doing God Bless America.
You ever see American Pimp?
Yeah, I did. One of my favorites.
The beginning, they ask all these people about pimps, and the guy's like has American flag. He doesn't know the boardwalk. He said, "I don't give a fuck about pimps. Fuck pimps."
All right,
that's how I feel about bets.
I got you. That's probably the best.
It's just not my.
That's probably the best policy. That's probably the best policy.
It's enough to be watching the game, let alone be worried about it, like sweating it. So far be it for. I'm not judging anybody, but I got enough friends who do bet for real, and cousins and all that, but not me.
So Brandy Carlisle is doing America the Beautiful.
Of course, there we go.
Coco Jones is doing Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Thank you.
Julian Ortiz is doing America the Beautiful.
I thought you said Brandy Carlisle. Oh, what's Brandy doing?
Oh no, okay, never mind. What does it say? Brandy Carlisle
last year?
Yeah, so it's Charlie Puth and then Brandy Carlisle. Oh yeah, last year was Julian Ortiz. Oh, Julian Ortiz is signing it. He's doing the sign language, ASL.
Can I say something? Speaking of music, can I say something slightly inflammatory?
Probably a great gig right there. It's probably a great gig.
I think I don't think very many people will turn away from U.S. citizen Bad Bunny's halftime show.
Yeah,
I think it will be highly viewed.
Okay,
I agree.
I think most.
I just watched it. They were jamming on the Grammys, bro.
Yeah, I was listening
And
to some
people were
Bad
singing
Bunny
that
earlier.
word for word. People were singing that word for word.
DTMF.
Yes,
I was listening to the Bad Bunny earlier. I mean, here's the
whatever that
thing.
means.
Yeah, man. Like you see the counter program. This kid, I'm not going to say his name, but he took
Please
over one
don't.
of these
Yeah.
restaurants here in Nashville,
Like, but I'm like,
and
why are you so worried about it?
yeah, and he
Not. I don't know why are they so upset. Like, what are you
same reason they
talking
were
about?
upset about Colin Kaepernick and everything else because they're racist pieces of crap.
Okay.
It,
Yeah, there's a reason right there.
to me, if
Makes
you're
sense.
that mad about the Super Bowl selection, who again is a United States citizen,
Mhm.
chances are you don't watch the NFL or like it anyway.
Right, right. Well, I
Yeah.
like that boy Echelon though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I,
Absolutely.
I like
Ecubine.
when they are faced with their own hypocrisy. That to me,
Yes.
when they have to reckon
It's the
with that
greatest.
and their heads explode, like
It's the greatest thing in the world. It's the
yeah,
greatest thing to watch in the world
yeah,
when they're faced with their own hypocrisy.
yeah,
Beautifully said. No
yeah,
surprise.
yeah. Guys,
No surprise whatsoever.
it's good to have the band back together.
Yes.
And things are slowing down on my end. Hopefully, I feel like I've been kind of the rate limiting step here, and again, I apologize, but we're gonna
Yeah.
we got some stuff on
You have
deck. We got some stuff on deck.
that's it.
We got some stuff on
On
deck.
deck.
And
A lot
so
going on. A lot
a
going
lot
on.
going on, a
Got
lot going
Oscar,
on.
big
It's a
Oscar
big
race. Lots to
Oscar.
talk
Hey, we
about.
got to talk about this Oscar.
Huge
Yeah,
Oscar race.
yeah. Shouts out to Tash
Huge.
Mosley management.
Shout out to Tash Mosley.
He's,
Tash Mosley management.
he's
I
having his
just want a quarter zip.
moment.
Tash, I want a quarter zip, bro. Like, what's up? What's up? I just want a quarter zip.
I like a quarter zip too. I'm a quarter zip king.
Enjoy
a quarter
the
zip
Baptist.
hate to see me coming.
Enjoy the Baptist, Tash.
Enjoy the Baptist Tash.
No,
Enjoy
no,
fatherhood, Tash.
enjoy fatherhood, Tash. No, but in all sincerity, that's their second because
Yeah,
baby girl number one is under wraps, by the way.
yeah.
But in all sincerity, anybody's going this far. Shout out to friend of the program, Tash Mosley, who's probably got so many opinions on things, particularly the Rams. Although he's more of a Raider, he's more of a Raiders guy. He's more of a Raiders guy.
As is Quabi.
He grew up in the LA Raiders, LA as his brother Quabi. But no, shout out to Tash Mosley, his amazingly talented and beautiful wife, Wunmi Osaku, is properly and rightfully nominated.
That's right.
For Best Supporting Actress.
She held that movie together.
Outstanding job as Annie in the most nominated film,
16.
Oscar nominated film of all time, Sinners.
When 16 ain't enough.
It was 16 ain't enough, yes. And I'm happy to say that I did watch a American football game with her on my birthday in 2020. They came over to the house, and we all had on masks. It was the Cowboys and the Falcons, but
nice.
She did come watch the game with us.
I remember that game.
So she is remotely aware, or acutely aware.
Yeah,
of
Falcons
football.
got destroyed in that game, if I recall correctly.
I don't remember. It was just nice to see other people.
Yeah.
So nonetheless,
yeah.
It feels good, in the words of Tony.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Yeah.
And happy for them.
Yeah.
Very happy for them.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Chris, any shouts out? Any besides the collective? Shout out to the collective again for the umpteenth time.
Your Hall of Excellence, Chris. Your Hall of Excellence. That's from Let's Go, or what's it? Jim Gray show? Let's Go. Jim Gray.
Yes. Well, it's always after.
Jim Gray.
I have to thank YouTube, and as always, I question you all's judgment for thinking it's a good idea to give me a live mic.
You're our Chris Ryan, man. You're our third chair, man. We love you. We love you, dude.
Yeah, you are Chris Ryan. You're definitely Chris Ryan. I'm Sean Fennessy, and that is Bill Simmons. And for those who understand it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm Bill.
Amanda's from Atlanta.
Yeah, she went to
You're Bill Simmons.
Or Marist, or
you're the Pod King.
One of those.
I think it was Westminster. It's Westminster.
She went to Westminster. I looked it up. Okay.
Yeah. I looked it up, but you probably looked it up too. But it is our pleasure, Christopher Edward.
Yeah, of course,
because you also bring a great fan base in the collective. So that it's kind of like the Morehouse mystique. We can't quite define it, but we know
Right.
what it is.
You
We
know what
see
it
it.
is. That's right. You can always tell a
Yes.
Morehouse man, can't tell him much.
No. No.
Some of
Definitely
us
not
are
on this.
learning that
Not on
more
this pod.
intimately than others now in this season. Boy, hey man, and I,
It's
you
all
know
right.
that reminds me though. Like I always got to give a shout out to the gatekeeper of Morehouse, the man that is keeping Morehouse what it is. Like if you enjoy Homecoming, if you enjoy Candle in the Dark, you need to be given a bottle of something to Joe Carlos, man. Like for
Well,
real.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
like
you.
the yeoman's work, and when I say yeoman's work, I mean from the true definition of yeoman. Like
Thank you.
Morehouse breeds a particular type of dude, and for better or worse.
Unfortunately.
And like they can be tough to deal with, especially when it comes to events where one may be prone to shining on another brother, stunting on somebody. You know what I mean? Morehouse is rife with that, and Joe very patiently and kindly deals with these ruffians who I would not have a minute of time for. You know what I mean? I don't care how much money you got. I don't care, what you do. Like, but Joe very kindly, picks up that phone. How can I help you? What can I do for you, brother? And that's why
Yes.
you had a temperament for that position, Joe. And I can't say enough about who you are as a person. And just, I'm so grateful that the institution I love has you in key positions like that, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that. We look forward to celebrating the class of 2001, the silver anniversary of the class of '01.
Yeah.
My
Your
my
nemesis.
friends, my nemesis, the thorns on my collective side.
You couldn't even sleep
I
during the
get
summer.
2 years in a row, '05 last year and now '01.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, nothing but good times and great memories with '01. And actually one of my fondest memories with you all was probably our last home game your senior year. And you were doing something and we were sitting courtside, you,
Yeah,
me, probably
DX.
Cassie, J. Yeah, JC, Brian Rand. And
Yeah.
the cheerleading coach had took some
Oh, that was at
umbrage.
the game at the State Farm Arena or whatever at
No,
Phillips
no,
Arena.
no. Trust. Well,
Well, the
maybe.
aftermath of it was yes.
Yes. So because I was on another side of the stadium that day.
Yeah, yes, you were. Yes,
Talk
you
about
were.
that another
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, good lord.
Oh yeah, the cheerleading
Nonetheless,
coach had some fire for me. Yeah.
she had some words that I never forget. And look, you are the son of Patricia Cornegay Smith and Calvin Miles Smith,
That's right.
and you understand that meant something everywhere you went.
Mm-hmm.
And it meant even more at Morehouse or Spelman or Clark Atlanta, but in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so, despite what you felt you wanted to say to that woman, you did not. Not loudly. You said it for us to hear.
Sure.
And I'll never forget Brian saying,
that was
Brian
look,
saying,
I will
leave
love
that man
B-Ran
alone.
forever.
This is his senior year. Leave that man alone. He just trying to watch a game. Leave that man. I'll never forget.
I will love B-Ran. Hey, I hope B-Ran hears this.
That.
Man. I will love him forever for that moment.
And I'll never forget it either. And it typifies just the process, and it typifies the journey together, and it typifies the whole thing. Like, just try to watch a game.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Yeah.
Watch a game, But I never forget that. And God bless. I'll never forget the summer of '97. You all were annoying little ruffians.
Yes, we were.
And I was trying to study to stay in college. I was trying to study to stay in college.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm glad.
Reading a Norton's anthology book, Chris. You already know how bad the thinnest pages reading this Frederick Douglass narrative, and they're just up making so much noise
for no reason, playing cards.
None. In a brand new dorm called Fair Street.
The Fair Street dorm. Yes. Gentlemen's, wash ass gentlemen's.
Yes, all of that. So no, shout out to class of '01.
Hey man, we appreciate
it.
Dog.
Both branches. Lord.
Yeah. Oh man, the women of Spelman College.
Shout out to the class of '01.
Class of '01 Spelman College. Let me say something. Y'all are so impressive. Have been impressive since day one. You know what I mean? But like what they doing? You know what I mean? Meanwhile, we arguing back and forth about this, that, and the third. Shout out to certain people in our group. women of Spelman always taking care of business. Always.
TCB.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but Chris, always great, man. Always a
Yeah,
pleasure.
man. We love you, man.
We do. Always a pleasure, Christopher Edward. And
Well,
we have
As, 40
our prediction panel here.
hey, I can't wait for the awesome graphic.
I'm mixing songs. PTI prediction panel. I'm mixing songs.
Oh yeah, that is that PTI song. Yeah.
Yeah, we did that or Around the Horn. I can't remember. It might have been Around the Horn. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dyslexia. But
you and Theo.
Either way,
You and Theo.
it's me. Texas. Fight.
All right, my guys. Well, until the next time, we'll probably be talking about the Oscars the next time you see us.
Yes.
And you can catch us on Spotify. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts. You can catch us on YouTube. We haven't made it to Netflix yet, like Bill Simmons, but we hope to get there.
No.
My sister Shay Smith firmly plants it there at Netflix. Hopefully she will look out for her brother. Love you, Shay.
Keep your job before trying to get us on Netflix.
Sure, keep your job.
Please keep your job.
Keep a job. Keep a job. We got
Tony
and Malcolm got to eat. Tony and Malcolm got to eat.
As a man with a younger sister, I'm just going to say that. Please keep your job.
Shout out to Marjan, man. Ooh,
hey, man. Actually, my brother has a book coming out called Chore Play about helping around the house and how important that is.
Hey, man.
It'll be released next week.
These commercials, these replacement like that. My favorite one is the one with Jordan, man, where he's trying to have that conversation about the birds and the bees, man. Jordan's doing this, and I bought a Nintendo Switch too, Jordan, just because you were in the commercial.
Thank you. Anything you can do to help is greatly appreciated.
Yeah, no, but man, he'll always be
Sherry Shepherd show.
He'll always be the black friend Alan.
He will always. He's sitting there like this. Yeah. On MLK, it was MLK Day 06 or 05 or something like that.
Man,
it's crazy. Crazy. But yeah, brother. No, but hey, man.
Hazel and Joe did their thing, man.
Thank you. Everybody's mom and daddy did their thing. Thank God. Yeah. And everybody's mommy was praying. Yeah. So thank gosh for that too.
Thank God.
Because without that, Lord, we know we wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
So no, but looking forward to a great Super Bowl.
Indeed.
And always a pleasure to be here in the square box with you. Oh, look at him. I was waiting on his prediction of 7.
Chris will be the first person I call, man, if that happens. So,
Yep. First to 7.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
Either the first to 7 or the first to 6. But
yeah, well, we're pulling for 7 for you, man. We don't want heartache for you, brother.
I'm pulling for 6.
Although you'll be okay. Yeah, the collective will come in and help you to grieve. So
absolutely.
All right, y'all. Until next time, we've been the Open Tabs Podcast. We appreciate you listening to this point. Peace.